The last 3 months of senior year, literally, were the best 3 months of my entire life. Next to my kids being born and meeting my wife and stuff like that. In case they're watching, just need to clear. Um, I would share all the crazy details. I I remember we covered the basketball team, and in '96 Syracuse went to the Final Four, and we covered the Final Four, and we got back, and I didn't give a crap about anything else. I took comm law first semester senior year. I didn't have anything important. I think I took ballroom dancing or some crap. We didn't care about anything. And I remember those 3 months, and I remember the late nights and the parties and the bars and the crazy. And I just remember it more than anything. And I have said to you guys off air, I think I've said to all the ones that I was their teacher, that place is my Disneyland. Like that's I get I get the heebie-jeebies being on that campus, and still, and it's not nostalgia. I love that place, and that is the saddest part when I think of you guys is that you're not doing that. I'm not worried. Well, yes, I am worried about your careers. I am. And I was worried about your careers when I met you guys in August of last year. But I just being a senior, second semester senior in a university as cool as Syracuse University there's just nothing better. So, how does it feel to be missing that and missing campus and the life that you had for 3.5 years without a proper goodbye? And I do want to tell you, graduation isn't the goodbye. The goodbye is when you're on that campus and you turn around and you leave it for the last time. And I don't know that you guys got to do that because when you left, I don't know that you knew you weren't coming back. I didn't know what the situation was in March, and it was very up in the air. And now it's kind of reality. And the reality is, yes, three of you are still there, and I have very mixed feelings about the fact that you're there because I'm worried as shit about you guys. But what about that part of it? What about the part that that's your time and that three of you right now have to say goodnight to your mom before you go to sleep? And it's very, very weird. Um, I don't know. You guys take this. It's that to me. This was the saddest part of it because all that other stuff is absolutely important, but this is just as important.
I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm cutting you guys off, but like,
Yeah.
I was I was sad about it. Like when I found out I wasn't gonna be able to graduate. Well, we weren't gonna graduate in the dome anyway, but I wasn't gonna be able to graduate
Right.
this spring and be able to see my friends one last time, especially because I had spent a semester in New York and I missed everybody. I missed the people that I had. I When you're in college, you develop into a new person, and these people
Yeah.
have been here through your entire metamorphosis, and now you're just like deuces, not gonna see you ever. So I when I finally got to my house, I was upset. I was crying.
Yeah.
And of course you hear like the rhetoric that's like my entire family, they're like, these are the best 4 years of your life. And then they just stop and they're like, okay, well, it's over now. So I think what at least what I've been telling to myself is, yeah, like I'm never gonna experience these months. Like there's nothing that can ever substitute it that's gonna give me that. But that doesn't mean that like I don't know what the future holds. Like maybe this just wasn't my time for enjoyment. This wasn't my time
Oh.
to shine. But 5 years down the road, like maybe something will happen that'll give me sort of kind of that feeling. I mean, probably not the same, but like it's not, it's not over. I have so many things to be like grateful and happy for. Like look at
Your
Carrie up
health.
in the corner over there. Hey Carrie, yeah, like she's stuck with me now for like the rest of my life. Like she's my friend. So even though I don't get to like go and say goodbye, like I have like people like Carrie who they're just my buddies now forever, and like that's my solitude in all of this.
Oh, my Syracuse people are my favorite people, and it's been 20 years. Totally. Those are my guys. Those guys are my guys. Anybody else? Anybody else have anything to say?
Um, I I genuinely I don't. I mean, I'm not a motivated.
Justin and
I just
I.
feel like
Oh,
um I had to really like grasp this that everything happens for a reason, even if we don't understand that reason. And so, like, I agree with you. Like, I mean, I feel like I missed out on so much this last semester because, again, like, I feel bad for the people who are actually at Syracuse for 4 years. I'm a graduate student, so I'm only here for 1 year,
Right.
and I feel like we got like half of the year at Newhouse, and now we're done. So we really just got fall semester. But like I said, I feel like everything happens for a reason. Right now, I do not understand that reason, but I do believe down the road, all of us are gonna be okay. I don't believe, like, I started to look at everything as just from a light, optimistic point of view, even though the world could be going crazy. But I mean, there's a lot of positives with this pandemic. You know, the world is starting to like clean itself up, fresher air. I mean, it's just there's some positive somewhere in this, but with jobs or looking forward to like this finishing up at Syracuse, I mean, I'm a little sad, but I feel like I met some great people in my program that we're stuck together for life. Like she said, like I feel like we're stuck together. But I do believe we're gonna have so much more fun when we get into our fields and we're actually doing something we love every single day. So I mean, I don't. It's sad, but it's also a new chapter in our lives as well.
Okay.
In my situation, sorry if I cut anybody off, but like Sunny, I know Sunny did the Newhouse NYC program this spring, and I know that was her send off semester. So for me being a senior, I did that program in the fall. And when I did the program, you know, I'm close enough to New York City where I took the training for classes in my internship. So I actually spent all of my fall semester living in this house that I'm in right now. So that was half my senior year. And then I get to campus in January, so psyched to be back, thinking, all right, I'm going to have 4 months to finish this out, really live it up. And, you know, before you know it, I'm right back where the semester started. So with that being said, and that was my, you know, this is my 21 year. So this is the year where you want to be able to celebrate, you know, kind of send off graduating college, send it off at the crate, you know, with your buddies, with the people that you spent the past 3.5 years with. It makes it really angry for you to blame the world and be mad at the world for this just happening to you. But you have to put in perspective. This is happening literally all over the planet. You know, you can't just sit and sulk about it because, you know, it's happening to everybody. The world is closed right now.
I understand.
It's
I
not just
understand,
us.
but that's why I wanted to have you guys here. Like, I don't think anyone's talking about
Yeah.
college kids. I don't think college kids is getting any coverage. At least where I'm looking, you know, Lester Holt's not talking about college seniors. He's talking about the high school kids and the little kids, and it's always been those are the two things. And I just it's amazing. Like, you guys work hard, and Newhouse people especially. You work hard, and I don't. I know you do because I lived it, and now I've been on those meetings too, and I will tell you firsthand, um, just being carefree. Like, I didn't know what my job was going to be. I didn't know about Denver when I graduated. I didn't know. I knew that I had a job in Syracuse. I worked at WHEN, and I got hired there. And I've told this story before. My senior year, I graduated, and I got hired to stay there. And my lease was up. And the rumor was that the radio station was going to get sold. And do not sign a lease on a long-term plan. Like, don't get a year lease because this job's not going to last. And so I was sending out tapes feverishly, like trying to get another job. And these two classmates of mine, they were juniors, and I knew them, and I saw them at Fagan's, and they were like, "Graduation's over. What the hell are you still doing here?" And I said, I don't know. I got to find a place to live because I'm here. I'm going to live here. And they let me sublet in their apartment because they had a third room, and their roommate was studying abroad. And I stayed there for 2 months, and then I lost that job, and I moved to Denver. And I didn't know any of that. So when I was the week of, you know, April, the end of April, I didn't have a care in the world. And I didn't know where my next thing was coming. And that's where you guys would be. You guys would not be, you guys wouldn't be careless. You wouldn't, you know, you'd be searching for jobs, you'd be searching for everything, but you wouldn't be careless. What you would be is relaxed, stressless. You know what I'm saying? Like, you would just take a load off and be able to let loose a little bit. And that's there's nothing there, and it's just I don't know how you recreate that because, like I said, they'll have you back up for graduation. You'll go back up. You'll graduate. Graduation's not it. It snowed at my graduation. It was disgusting, and But graduation's not what I remember. What I remember is the friendships of the end, and that's where I'm stunned that there's no stories about that because college kids, to me, got screwed. I don't know.
Well, I'll say this. I don't think anyone on this particular chat is gonna struggle. I've seen Sunny around. You know, I carry. I
She needs
work
better internet
closely
service, but
with
other than that, we're
Daryl.
good.
I mean, I don't think anybody on this chat is going to struggle. Look at what we're doing on our spare time. Look at what time it is. It's 10 o'clock, and we're doing something that we love to do.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So this is what leads us to get those jobs that other students aren't doing. You know, like we're top tier, we're Newhouse, we're coming and we're bringing the fire on a day like this, on a Wednesday. We could be doing anything, we're right here. So that's the bottom line. And I think I'm having fun. I'm learning so many people. I'm meeting undergrads, in grads. I mean, this is just phenomenal in itself. Granted, I'm not gonna get 3 months to party hard and chug a little bit, but I get to meet some people that in 2 or 3 years I can call and say, hey Kerry, like what's up? I'm looking for a job. Do they need another host or whatever the case may be? She can put me on. May run into Sunny, Daryl. You just don't know any of you guys on this chat. So I think for me, this is more important: building the network and building the relationships rather than chugging. I would love to do what you did, Professor. I really would. Like, hang out, be carefree. But I think we're in a space where right now my shoulders are already down, and I'm already getting used to what's next. And I want to know what's next. Where my job is gonna come from. Like Daryl said, when we get into our jobs, that's gonna be the most fun. I can't wait to jump to LA and say, Daryl, I'm in LA. Like, what's up? Let's link up. You know what I'm saying? He gets off the air, we gonna hang out. Huge. You know what I'm saying? You just never know. Those are the things that I look forward to just as much as those 3 months. I'm a grad student, so I've already partied hard as fuck. Like, I've already, so like right now, like
Just clip that part right there.
yeah, just a tap. But for me, it's just like I'm cherishing this. I'm cherishing the opportunity to even be at Newhouse and to meet wonderful people like yourselves. And this is what it's going to be about. In 3 or 4 months, we're going to go into our jobs and be killing it.
Right on. Right on.
Right on.
Nah, you guys have good attitudes. You guys are. I'm very, very happy to know that you guys have the right mentality and you're saying the right things, and we are. You just know you have my support. You've had my support before, especially the ones that I know. If there's anything I can do, I remember. Andrew Catalan. Do you guys know? He's a Syracuse alum. Andrew Catalan, CBS announcer. He's stuck at home, and he has a little kid, and he lives in my neighborhood, so we're friends. And he's a little younger than me, and he's one of the NFL announcers. And he wrote out a tweet and said, "I'm bored out of my mind. If anyone has a demo reel they want me to look at, I'll look at it." And Newhouse retweeted him, and he got 179 tapes. And I said,
The
"Boy,
board anymore.
I bet you wish you're not. I bet you wish you didn't do that." I was like, "Oh my god!" I couldn't believe it. All I can say is stay safe and stay focused. I love what you're doing. I think the grad school idea is not a bad one because it makes a lot of logical sense, and I can see the benefit of that. Whereas if you had said that to me in November of last year, I wouldn't have agreed. But I see it with this. It's a scary time, especially, people ask me all the time. I get this on Twitter like 6 times a day. Hey, when's sports coming back? And all I say is, look at Central Park. There's a park. There's a playground that I used to push my kids on the swings when they were little, And 2 feet from that, there's a tent that is a makeshift hospital in the middle of Central Park. The Javits Center, where I interviewed the cast of Batman the Animated Series for my podcast, and right now that's a hospital, like that's a makeshift hospital. The Tennis Center, I've covered 6 U.S. Opens, and the Tennis Center is a makeshift hospital. Fix that, and then we can talk about opening up the dome and opening up all these things, and that's not coming back anytime soon because we're not ready. We're not ready. And then I see those assholes, and I thought about making a 4th question, and we're not going to do it. But what do you feel like when you saw those schmucks down in Florida going to the beach? When you're stuck now doing what you're doing, and your careers are all fucked up because those idiots are at the beach.
Daryl.
What, you them?
Well,
you were them? You
well,
went?
one, I'm from Florida, so
That's awesome.
That's awkward.
you cannot use that one incident to like just categorize everybody from Florida. But I mean, I can't even say Florida is Florida. We're bipolar. We go back and forth.
That's funny.
I would have never went to the beach though. I'm not even gonna
Those
when they
idiots who
say
won't
we can
drink
come
Corona
out in
beer
like
because they think
May,
that's how you get it. They're morons in Florida.
right? Well, I'm staying quarantined till like July, so I'm staying in. I'm not going anywhere.
Well, 600,000. Just so you know, 600,000 people went to work in Alabama today. So
Wow.
think about that. And
I'm never
just-
getting out of